Getting into most colleges is easy, but getting into the colleges that are really fun, really expensive, and really life-changing, that's hard. So I decided to start a nonprofit organization to see exactly how much it would influence my college application process. And in this video, I'm going to show you how much it actually did influence it, how I started it, and why I started it. So I live in the mountains of Colorado, and I've always been really impacted by wildfires. The first time I evacuated, I was 9, again this summer, and in the middle of that, there was the Marshall Fire that burned down almost $2 billion. And that's why I am dedicated to fight climate change. And out of that synthesis is where the idea for my nonprofit was born. What it is, it's a learning kit to teach 8th graders about climate solutions. It does all these things, and it comes with a little vial of a CO2 sample. The idea actually stemmed pretty recently back in July when I went to Washington, D.C. with NOAA, which is the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, and I was exposed to people from all over the place. It was incredible. They were all passionate about climate changes as I am. And with approximately $1,000 that NOAA is funding, I have made a project called The Box to the Future. How I did it is super simple. It's actually not even technically a nonprofit. What I did was I just hopped on Instagram, which we can do right now. And what I actually did is I just created an account. I said Box to the Future, and then I clicked the little button that said nonprofit organization, and boom, nonprofit organization. What I'm actually planning on doing is actually register as a nonprofit, but that's coming up in the next couple weeks. This is my nonprofit. It's that simple. It's a cardboard box that I found in the recycling, slapped a couple stickers on it, and I'm calling it a nonprofit. The coolest thing is that it aligns with my interests like nothing else. And as a result, it has fit into my college application like Cinderella's slipper. It's in my activities section, it's all over my personal statement, and it's even in my additional information. It is the essence of my story. It is everything that I care about, and that's because I'm so passionate about climate change. That's evident throughout my entire application, and most of all in my personal statement. That's where I told my story about the wildfires, and that's where my nonprofit is going to be evidence for everything that I say. This is also why it might not work as well for you, because maybe you don't have the same passion as me. Not everybody is thrilled to fight climate change. Some people find it all doom and gloom. Some people don't even believe in it. I don't care. What I do care about is that you find your spike. Every college application needs a spike, and mine was my nonprofit, my climate work, and my history with wildfires. That made my spike, and that's gonna be what makes me stand out. For you, it might be completely different. It might be your swim team. It might be fencing. It might be rowing. It might be sports. It might be research. It might be blah 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 blah. Right? But for me, it's the nonprofit. I haven't actually submitted my applications yet. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen when everything comes back. But what I am sure about is that I do have slips and packets and entire freaking mail boxes full. This thing's probably 4 inches thick. I personally would never go to Northwestern. Chicago is where it's really at. Is the nonprofit enough to make a difference? I don't know. What I do know is that I am deeply invested in the fight against climate change, and that is what makes this nonprofit so meaningful to me and to my application. Wherever I go to college, I'm going to be hyped, and I'm going to continue working on what I work on. What I'm working on here, the only thing that's going to change are the opportunities that present themselves. You don't have much control in this process, but you do have control over what you're going to make of it. If you want to know exactly where I end up and exactly how this nonprofit ends up influencing my application decisions, subscribe, because I'm hearing back mid-December from UChicago, mid-December from McGill, mid-February from Northeastern, and the rest is going to be history. Thanks for watching. Cheers.